Hello children, how are you? I hope that everybody are fine and safe at home. This is your Saubhagya madam. Again, I'm back with another most important video. So children, before we start our lesson, let me ask a question. So what kind of clothes do we wear in winter season? Think children, what kind of clothes do we wear? Yes, we wear woolen clothes. Why we are wearing woolen clothes? The wool which we are wearing has a nice activity in it. It can keep our body warm during the winter season or in cool climatic conditions. Yes, children? So, we are going to learn more about this wool, from where we are getting this wool and what are the uses of this wool and what is going to happen. Okay children, so in our last videos we were discussing about silk, which is the soft and shiny material which is used for preparing sarees. Here in this video we are talking about wool. Wool is very important especially during the winter seasons, and also how or from where do we get this wool, we will learn now. Okay children, come on. So where will we start the story of the wool? You know, we get wool from different kinds of animals. See children, sheep, goats, yaks, camels, alpaca and llama. These are the animals which we see in the whole world. We see them in different countries. Yes. So, the wool is nothing but the hairy-like structure which is present on the outer surface of these animals. If you observe the sheep, goats, yaks or the camels, you can find a very nice tough fleece on the body or the skin of these animals. Okay children? Wool is the hair of animals. Simply we can say, what is wool? Wool is the hair of the animals. It is also called as fleece or fur. So we cannot, for some animals we cannot call hair. If we talk about camel, we can say it is a hair. But we call, if we talk about the sheep, we cannot say it as hair. We can call it as fleece. Okay. So some other different animals we call it as fur. Okay children. So the wool is nothing but the hair of the animals. What is this hair contain? The hair contain protein. It could be our hair, see the black hair which we have also contain protein, or the animal hair or the fur or the fleece also contain a kind of protein in it. Okay children. The most famous wool which we get in the world is from the merino sheep. What is children? Merino sheep. This sheep has the best quality of fleece. The sheep has the best quality of fleece. What is the length of the fleece that grow on the merino sheep? It is around 3 to 5 inches long. See, I think it could be like this much. 3 to 5 inches long. If you measure with a scale, the length of the hair is around 3 to 5 inches long. Okay, annually or yearly, if you take or collect the wool from this sheep, we can get around 5 to 18 kgs of the fleece or the fur from this merino red sheep. Okay children. So this is the story we are starting for the wool. So coming to India, we find camels and goats in different places of India. Now I have a question for you. Do all the hair or the fleece of the same kind? See, if you compare a sheep and a goat, do we find the same kind of hair on both the animals? No. When we compare the hair of the camel, it is very coarse or a little rough. when we touch the sheep, you can feel the soft hair present on the body of the sheep. So in India, we find more wool, or we get more wool from either camels or the Angora goats. Okay, children. These Angora goats are generally they live in the very cold regions. Okay, and this kind of goats contain more amount of wool. Okay, children. Along with the camels and goats, we also have sheep, which give us more amount of fur or wool or the fleece. Okay. So, where do we find these camels? We find more camels in Rajasthan. And I said that the the hair of the camels is very rough and coarse. And the Angora goats, we can find these Angora goats especially in the very cold region of Kashmir. Okay, children. The hair of the goats is very soft. If you touch the hair of the goats, you can feel the softness on them. Mostly good hairy goats live in, so we want goat hair for the preparation of wool or to prepare any item from the wool. So these good hairy goats can be obtained or can be found in different places of India, especially from Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan and Gujarat. Okay, children. So from these areas we can find these good hairy goats. Okay, children, good hairy goats. Now I have one more question for you. So what it is? How we are going to get the wool from the goats or sheep or camels? See, for the silk we have a procedure of 4 steps. How to obtain the silk fiber from the Bombaxi Morris silk moth. Yes, children? In the same way, if you want to get the wool from the goats, how can we take it, or how can we remove the hair of the goats? Now we will see the procedure, how the removing of the hair from the sheep or goats is been done. Okay, children. To obtain the wool from the different kinds of animals, especially the goats and the sheep, a special technique is used. That is nothing but shearing. What it is, children? Shearing. What is the shearing means? Shearing means cutting the fleece from the sheep or goats. So, in this technique, they will use special machineries to remove the outer hairy wool which is present on these animals. So, how this is being done? See, children, here is a kind of razor. Here they are using razors. See, if you see your fathers, if they wanted to cut the beard, what they will do? They will use the razor to cut the beard. Yes or no, children? So, they are using the razors. In the same way, here in the shearing technique, a big size of razors which are completely greased. They will apply some grease to these razors and they will start shearing the goats or the sheep. Why they are adding this grease? See, if the grease is applied to the razor, it is very easy for the razor to move on the skin. Why? Because the hair is attached on the skin. So the skin should not be damaged while removing the hair. So if some grease is applied to the razor, it can easily remove the outer fur, leaving the skin unscarred. Okay, children. So shearing is the best technique which is used for removing the fur or fleece from the animals. The shearing is done especially during the spring season. So why the shearing is done in spring season? During the spring season, the climates are a little hotter. So the sheep which is having the wool on its body, will feel some discomfort. If more wool is there on the body, it feels discomfort. So in this season, what the people who are doing the shearing will do, they will collect all the goats or the sheep and they will start the shearing process. So now the body of the sheep or the goat after shearing will tolerate the hot conditions normally. But as soon as the spring is finished, the winter season starts. If the people have to shear the animal during the winter season, the animals cannot survive the cold conditions. So before starting of the winter season only, the shearing animals will be sheared out by the people. So that by the start of the winter, some hairy growth will start on the body of the animals so that they can protect themselves from the cold conditions. Okay, children. Next. Okay. See, children, the wool or the fleece or the fur which is directly removed from the animals cannot be used for clothing. So, what have to be done for this raw material? We can call it as raw material. See, what they will do. There are different steps as how we have learned for the silk. There are different steps to get the pure form of the silk fiber, right? In the same way, here also, to get the soft wool and the pure wool to make the different clothing, there are different steps that are to be followed. We will see few steps now. So first what they will do, once the some amount or the bulk amount of the wool or the fur is being collected, so what they will do, they will take all this fur and put it in the large water tanks. So they will put the hair into this large water tanks and they will start stirring with the spade. చూడండి మనకి చాకల వాళ్ళ దగ్గరికి వెళ్తే మనకు తెలుస్తుంది పెద్ద పెద్ద కుండల్లో సోడా అవి అన్నీ వేసి చక్కగా కింద మంట పెట్టి దాన్ని ఇలా ఇలా తిప్పుతూ ఉంటారు. సో దట్ సమ్ డర్ట్ విచ్ ఇస్ ప్రెసెంట్ ఇన్ ద క్లోత్స్ కెన్ బి removed. So in the same way, first the hair have to be softened so that they are easy for mending or preparing the clothes. So all the fur they will put in the big water tanks and they will rotate or mix well with the spade. Why this have to be done? Why this have to be done? Because this once the stirring is done, the next step is washing. The stirred wool or the fur is being washed now. They are kept under the streams of water. See, some water will be falling out. So this collected wool which has kept in the large tanks now brought out and kept in the water streams. Why it is done? Why it is done? Because the animal, when it is moving here and there, it will sometimes sit in the mud or dirt, and sometimes it have like it is not processed. If you want a final product, it have to be processed first. So when it is kept under the stream of water, what happens? It removes the grease, dirt or dust which is present in the wool. So why we are having grease here? Before, as I said, while shearing the goat, some amount of grease is kept onto the razors. So that may attach to this wool. Yes, children. So what happened? It have to be removed or cleansed. So to cleanse this dirt or dust or the grease which is present in the fleece, what they'll do is they will put in the tanks first and then they were taken into the running water or the streaming water. So this method is called as washing or scouring. What it is, children? Washing or scouring. The first step is shearing. In the shearing technique, they will collect all the wool from the animals. So this is the second stage or the second step. In this step, they will wash the fleece thoroughly with the water first to remove the dirt and dust from the fleece. Okay, children, this is called as washing or scouring. This is also called as scoring. So once the washing or scoring is done, what they'll do? They will remove the entire wool from the water stream and they will nicely place it on the big tables. Okay, so once the washed things have to be dried up. Yes. So for the drying procedure, what they'll do is they will place the wool, the wet wool, on larger tables, and now what they will do? They will try to collect any other extra items are there in the wool or not. What kind of things can be found? See, the animals move here and there, especially sheep or goats. So they eat the plants. Sometimes when they are walking here and there is a chance of some leaves, dry leaves or small twigs which can be present in the skin, or sorry, not skin, in the fur of the animals. అంటే అవి అటు ఇటు తిరుగుతున్నప్పుడు వాటి వెంట్రుకల మధ్యలో ఇవి ఇరుక్కొని ఉండిపోయే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి, అవి ఇరుక్కునే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి. సో వాట్ దట్ హ్యావ్ టు బి డన్ ఇస్ those things have to be removed out clearly. Okay, those twigs or small dried leaves or the green leaves, anything waste unwanted material which is present in the wool have to be removed out before the further steps. Okay children, so this process is called as sorting. What it is called, children? Sorting, the third step. Okay, the first step is shearing, second step is washing or scoring, and the third one is called as sorting. Sorting means removing of the twigs or the unwanted leaves which are present in the wool of the animals. So children, I hope that up to now you have understood why we are removing the wool from the sheep or goats or the camels or any kind of animals which are very heavy, and the 3 different steps that are present in the processing of the wool for preparing the final product. So what are the 3 steps? First one, shearing. Shearing means removing the hair of the animals by using razors. Okay, or the shears. Shears are nothing but the razors. Okay, so that is the first step. In the second step, we are thoroughly washed to remove the dust or dirt which is present in the hair. Okay, so that step is called as scoring. That step is called as scoring. And the third step is called as sorting. So in the sorting technique, what they'll do is they will try to remove any unwanted things or unwanted things like leaves or twigs or anything which is embedded inside the fur of the animals. So children, that's all for this video, and in our next video we will learn more about the other stages of processing the fleece or the hair of the animals to prepare best products out of the wool. Okay children, and I hope that everybody have brought your textbooks by now, and after watching the video, please do try to read the textbook. Textbook reading is very important. I hope that you have understood this video, and we will meet very soon in our next video. Up to then, take care, stay home, stay safe.